friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're discussing about reading habits. Alright, so here with me are my two wonderful friends, and they're discussing what their reading habits look like. Bet me, trust me, there is no particular or one way to these things. Like, this is how you have to do it, and these are everybody has to do it. But listen to their own personal experience on how their reading habit is like, and how you can develop an effective reading habit. Peradventure, you may actually learn one or two things that will enhance or aid your reading habit. All right. All right. So I here with me is my two friends, like Elia said, and so I'll be asking them to introduce themselves individually. Okay. So tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself to my audience.
Good everyone, I am Ihan Victor Chinonyerem. I am a student of Federal University of Keiko Ebony State. I'm studying electrical engineering.
Okay, so like I said, is our engineer, and so here with me too. I'd like him to introduce himself so that we can hear from him too.
Hi, my viewers. My name is Mbogu Lomi Chibuzo, student of AE Funai, an engineering student of mechatronics engineering, the Faculty of Engineering.
Wow, wow. So they are both engineering students. So let me that all my friends are engineering students. Okay. This is a tech platform, like I just say. This is a tech platform, so it's amazing. I love it to have them on this platform. All right, so I'll ask them questions and on their reading habits. So I'll first want to know what their reading habits looks like before I dive into asking them some sensitive questions. Okay, so I want to ask them if what their reading habits looks like. So they tell us uh what level they are currently, their reading habits, what how effective it is, and then we'll dive in. So what's the reading habits looking like, Victor?
Actually, for me, for what I have studied or for what I've read to sink inside my memory, I have to read like 2 hours or 3 hours a day, and I'll keep on practicing it or coming back to the previous things I have read until I've mastered it. So consistent reading will go a long way in building someone mentally and otherwise. So like for example, if a course is taught, like if a topic is taught in a class, I read it that day that is taught
Okay.
so that it can sink in very fast. If I read it that day that is taught, it will never ever run out of my memory or will I escape it.
Hmm. So you're telling us that as an engineering student, particularly as a student, you should always read consistently. Like you should always read every day. After each class, we should read.
Sure. So that we can retain it.
Okay. So I'm just amazed. I was actually thinking engineering students, they are like currently in my school. Our best graduate student is from engineering faculty. So I'm wondering. I'm thinking they should be reading for like 6 hours, 7 hours. Does that mean that does not matter if even though you read for 2 hours, does not matter?
No, it depends on your ability and depends on your mental health. Some people they can't stay up to 3 hours. Like they easily get tired if they read like up to 3 hours.
Okay.
So the more you keep on building yourself, like let me say adding 1 hour, one extra hour every day, the more you keep growing. So I think it will reach to a level that you like can read up to that 7 hours.
Okay. All right. So yeah, with me, people, let's ask people. People, tell us what your reading habit is like. Your current reading habit, what is like? Tell us about it.
My current reading habit is I study like 2 hours
Okay.
in total. Let's say 4 hours,
Okay.
but not at a go. It's interval of an hour each. And in the case of the course I study, which is engineering, we do need a lot of focus and practice. As an engineering student, I was told that in engineering, most of our courses are calculative, so we
Okay.
need mathematics and physics. So a principle was being taught to me that to pass your mathematics and be very effective in maths, you need to have three P's, which is your pen, your paper, and practice.
Wow.
So the more you practice with your pen and paper by your side, the more it sticks to your brain.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Actually, after each session every day in class, I do go back to what I was taught because as soon as I go back to it again and again, it sticks.
Hmm.
And one other secret, the more you teach other, other people, the more you teach yourself. You learn a lot when you teach other people. Like
Okay. So it seems that there's something similar between both of them. They don't actually read for 5 hours, 7 hours. So I would just say, if you don't feel weird that, oh, I'm not reading for 7 hours, I'm not that good. It's not until you read for a whole day before you achieve the result. It's about being effective. If you read for 2 hours, 3 hours, even an hour, is it effective? That's just the most important thing. All right, so I want to ask them a very sensitive question. Now I would like this question to favor. Okay, are you saying as a student we advise us to read what interests us as a student?
as a student, you have to read one what interests you,
Hmm?
two
Okay,
what impacts knowledge to you, not just what does not interest you.
okay,
The reason, okay,
okay. Let me ask you because this question is actually a very curious question. Because okay, if this is not interest me, can I drop it? This is 101 or this is 201. Vito, this is
You're not doing physics
what are you guys
like
doing?
faith.
Fact, if it does not interest me, should I just drop it?
you can't just drop the course because that's the course that makes up an engineering student. It builds in the capacity you need to face the engineering world out there. If you drop physics and, let's say, calculus and maths, you are just, let's say, adding and subtracting at the same time, because a lot happen. Although we don't see it physically, but physics do occur every day, mathematics do occur. So if you don't want to study any of those courses, I'm not sure you won't be given admission
You won't
in the first
graduate.
place.
Honestly. So, are you saying that as a student, we should go beyond saying, I want to read what interests me and start reading what we ought to read? Are you advising us to do that?
My advice is you should read, as I said earlier, read what you are meant to read.
Yes.
And let's say what interests you now might
Okay.
not be particularly related to your field. Actually, no knowledge is a waste. So if
Hmm.
you read
No knowledge is a waste.
your departmental course, you read books, like books that impact you both spiritually, financially,
Hmm.
non-academically related to your course, it's still part of growing. Life is in stages. You
Wow,
learn
wow,
each
wow.
day.
Honestly, my friends are just well packaged. I love this. I love this. He said, read or beyond what interests you to reading what you ought to read. And beyond that, there are things that are books that impact you as well that you have to read. So people say when it comes to reading habit, there's this formula people do give: read what interests you, read what interests you. It's fine to read what interests you, but what if what interests you is not what you are ought to read, what you are meant to read at that time? As a student, you have to go beyond reading what interests you to reading what you are supposed to read. You can't say your course is not interesting and you drop it. All right, so like what he has said now, you have to read what impacts you as well, and also read what you are made to read. And then it now comes to the concern that comes to like are we willing to stay at it when it comes to reading what you are supposed to read as a student, particularly. It is now the strength and the ability to stay at it. So when they just pick up a textbook is academic related, within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, they are tired. So how do they stay at it? So in this video, we will unravel how you can stay at it, and get the very best effectively. All right, so I'll be diving this question to Victor. All right, so do you advise that while reading, if you take break in between?
Yes. Yes, I'll advise
Okay.
anyone that is ready to take break, because if you are reading, it will reach to a point that your brain will be saturated. You can't understand anything again. So my best advice to you at that point is for you to just take a break, relax, cool off, do whatever that excites you, then come back again.
Alright, so I told one of my friends particularly today, and I told her that you learn how to read by reading. Listen again, you learn how to read by reading. Okay, so how do you do that? Like what he said, he advised us to take a break in between is very important. Taking a break in between will build your reading stamina, your stability. For instance, while reading for or probably read for 30 minutes, and you feel tired, you walk around and you came back again. With that, before you know, with time you might not even need to take a break because you build enough stamina to stay at it. So why really don't feel weird that I'm taking a break in between? So it's a normal thing to take a break in between. All right, so I want to ask Favor, is sleeping while reading Like you say taking a break in between, right? So for instance, now I'll take my own break. Somebody want to work around me. I don't want to work around and I want to just lie. Is he also taking a break in between?
Yes, sleeping like is part of taking a break, but when it gets when it sleeps outside being a break is when like you sleep beyond the time you
I
sleep.
now wake up the next
Yes, and
morning.
you wake up. Like
God, I
our
will go.
advice, if you want to sleep, you can sleep, but make sure that you are not tired, which is not possible. You were tired before you decided to sleep, or have somebody you're accountable to that will be there to wake you up. Like you are sure,
Accountability. Someone
like
that can wake you up.
yes, make sure
Okay.
the person is very informed that at this point in time, please wake me up.
Hmm. This is what they do in the hostel. Let me not catch them.
Jesus.
All right. So, this is it. Like you said, taking sleeping in between is also taking a break. So don't say I sleep in between. When you sleep in between, like what I used to do personally, I sleep on my book. I wake up on my book and I keep reading. So with time, my subconscious mind tells me that I'm still reading. So I won't stay long. I won't even stay about to like hour. I won't take like 5 hours or 4 hours. The least I can go is 30 minutes and I will wake up again to keep reading because my subconscious mind tells my brain that you are still reading. So I build my stamina with that. With time, you don't even need to even take a break. You just see yourself reading as 4 hours stretch. Yes, you can do that. People read for 8 hours straight, they read for 7 hours stretch. So we are trying to hear how practical we can go about it. Taking break in between also has to do with sleeping in between too. You don't feel worried about it.
One more thing
All right.
about taking breaks in between is a very short principle to that. While reading, you are bound to like try and you need rest because it takes the brain to read. The brain also needs rest.
Yeah.
And the striking part about it is that if you don't take a break, your body will take the break by itself.
It's
And which
true.
is either you fall sick or something must definitely happen that your body will just have to everywhere will have to shut down. Once the brain shuts down, it has signaled the rest of the body that we need to rest. So to give
Okay.
that rest by itself, so it is advisable to take
Take
a
a
break
break in
so that
between.
your body won't take the break by itself.
Hey. So your body will not take its break by itself. Wow. Hey. So let me ask you, if you're given a book right now, or I give you a book, and then you are to study. So how do you go about? What the first thing you do, and what the last thing you do?
Okay, first of all, I'll pray for to God for understanding,
Yeah.
knowledge, and retentive memory. Then I dive into the reading proper. While reading, I must make sure that I have a pen and a paper beside me so that I can be noting down some key facts and important points. So I'll read when I notice that my I'm getting to my saturation point, I'll take a break,
Yeah.
relax my brain, then come back again. So for me to retain what I've read, I keep on going through it again and again, maybe other days before I enter another topic.
Wow. So you made sure something. I said you usually make a note. You make a note.
Yes, yes, it's very
So
necessary.
it's very important you learn that it's an habit. So while reading, you can making a note or making a summary of what you are reading will help you. What to say lingers, but I'll tell you what you write down lingers more because it will help your brain to assimilate better. All right, so let's move to favor. Favor, tell us if you're given a book, describe your reading, your study room, or how you go about reading in 1 minute.
My study room in minutes can be described like first thing I do is to pray
All right.
and ask the Holy Spirit
My
for
friends are prayerful
direction.
friends too.
Then I then bring out my jotter and my pen and my water so that I'll be dehydrated when I get stressed out. Then I begin reading, and as I read, I take notes. Then after a while, I take a break. Then drop the actual textbook I'm reading from. Then I reverse and revise what I've read from the things I jotted out. So what I jotted out is what I will be reading continually, let's say till the reading time elapse. Then I rest again.
Okay. And so I want to ask you, Victor, do you advise that what we read, we should relate it to what we can see around us? Do you think it will help us assimilate better?
Yes, 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 it's very necessary. Take it for instance, if you practice things you learn and things you read, if you practice them, it will help you understand better. Taking Newton law of motion, the first law, as an example, a body at rest, it will remain at rest until after the upon by unbalanced force. Let me say you drop a car. The car cannot move because it's at rest. You need a force to push it to make it move. So practicalizing things you learn or things you read will help you assimilate better. Let me say, if you are in an exam hall now, you forgot the definition or the law. Since you put the thing in practice, you can help you to
Yeah,
recall.
yes. Wow, that's amazing. Alright, so I hope you've learned a lot on this video. So we'll be stopping here for now. So see you in my next content. Bye.